Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I want to do my daily exercise and literal reading lessons. So let me begin. Everyday life in the Soviet Union, the shopping round around. The author, Hendrik Smith, was head of the New York Times office in Moscow from 1971 to 1974. The following passage is adapted from Mr. Smith's book, The Russians, which was published in 1976 by Quadrangle, the New York Times Book Company. 1. I had heard about consumers' shortage before going to Moscow, but only when we began to shop there did the Russian consumers' problems really have meaning for me. Customers the world over wait in lines, but of Soviet line have a special quality all their own. Typically, the Soviet woman spends 2 hours a day in line, 7 days a week. Personally, I have known of people who stood in line 90 minutes to buy 4 pineapples and 3.5 hours to buy 3 large heads of cabbage, only to find the cabbage were gone as they approached the front of the line. Lines can run from a few yards to nearly a mile. Some friends of ours watch a line people in Moscow sign up to buy rugs. The line lasts 2 days and nights run for across all through an apartment development. 2. In spite of all this, the natural reaction of Russian woman when she sees a line forming is to get in immediately, even before she knows what is being sold. However, Soviet lines are more fluid than they appear. In most stores, for example, shoppers must stand in not one but 3 lines for any purchase. The first, to select a purchase and find out its price. The second, to pay a cashier somewhere else in the store and get a receipt. And the third, to go pick up the purchase and turn in the receipt. 3. But in dairy store one morning, I found out that the game is both simpler and more complex than that. I went in to buy some cheese, butter, and bolognese sauce, which were in 3 separate departments, each with its own line, 9 line. 4. Rather quickly thought I noticed that experiences shoppers were skipping the first stage. They knew what most items cost, so they went directly to the cashier for their receipt. After studying prices, I did that too. Then I went to the cheese line, the longest, probably 20 people, to get the worst over with first. I was in line less than a minute when the woman in front of me asked me to hold her place. She darted off to butter and milk line. The cheese line was moving so slowly that she got her butter and milk and returned before we had advanced 3 feet. I decided to take the risk too. I got back with my butter while the cheese line was still inching along. 5. Then it suddenly occurred to me that all over the store, people were getting into line, holding places, lying, returning. Everyone was using the cheese line as home base. That was why it was barely moving. It kept expanding the middle, so I got the man behind me to hold my place. And I went off to buy my bolognese. Once again, it worked. It took me 22 minutes to buy butter, sausage, and cheese, but instead of being furious, I felt as if I had beaten the system. 6. This competitive shopping gives an atmosphere of tension to the Russian life. People barge into stores and bump into each other with face set in combative expression. You have to understand, said a kind gray-haired person, that for as long as we can remember, shopping has been a struggle, life is a struggle. 7. There is hardly an effective advertising to help shoppers. Americans complain about the constant commercials in the United States, but they might consider if they were exposed to the consumer blackout in Russian. A typical Soviet and might be if you want to live to a ripe old age and be beautiful, modest, thorough, and truthful, drink tea. Most newspapers publish without ads. The shoppers has no Henley yellow. page or daily newspaper. Supermarket or department stores ads to help her decide where to shop. 8. Brewery is widespread, low paid $80 to $20 monthly. Sales clerks take a portion of attractive items and sell them secretly to regular customers who have either left a bribe in advance or can be counted on to pay high price on delivery. 10 to 15 rubles on a 60 rubles raincoat is standard. In 1976, the ruble was equivalent to $1.32. 9. So common is this practice that the Soviet press is always complaining about it, but it doesn't do any good. Crocodile, the Soviet Hammer magazine, once showed a department store employee promoting some newly arrived item. Dear customers, in the leather goods department, 500 important women's purses have been received. 450 of them have been bought by store employees. 49 are under the counter and have been ordered in advance for friends. One purse is in the display window. We invite you to visit the leather department to buy this purse. Okay, now I will tell you the main idea and the example. From the first paragraph, the main idea is shopping in the Soviet Union was difficult due to long lines. And for the example is people waited for hours just to buy vegetables or fruit. For the second paragraph, the main idea is citizens joined lines without knowing what was being sold. The example is they feared missing out on goods, so they line up without asking. From the third paragraph, the main idea is the shopping system was highly inefficient. The example is buying a few items require waiting on multiple lines. From the paragraph 4, main idea is experienced shoppers knew how to speed up shopping. For the example is they skip certain steps and ask others to hold their place in line. For the fifth paragraph, the main idea is the chaotic queue system slowed down to process. For the example is people left and rejoined lines, making them even longer. 6. From the sixth paragraph, the main idea is shopping in the Soviet Union was stressful and competitive. And for the example is people scramble for goods with tense expression. For the seventh paragraph, the main idea is there were no advertisements to guide shoppers. For the example is consumer had to figure out where to find goods on their own. For the eighth paragraph, the main idea is bribery was a common practice in shopping. For the example, the store employees reserve goods for customers who bribed them. And for the ninth paragraph, the main idea is corruption in shopping became a joke. For the example is a satirical magazine depicted store employee keeping almost all good from themselves. I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for your nice attention, and the last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.